We are back. We are hot. We are live. It's Friday. We're drinking energy drinks.
Good morning.
You're about to get fired.
I know. I think I did just kind of like rub you wrong the last like 30 seconds, huh?
You did, but it's okay. We
It's funny how that happens because
elevate.
like you were kind of simultaneously rubbing me wrong.
How?
Oh.
How was that? Tell me how I was rubbing you wrong.
Well, I was crouched down getting ready to click the record button, and you tend to do this anytime I'm like literally walking out of the door or like getting ready to do something or needing to take a phone call or anything. You start telling me like a dream or a story or something, like a dream as in like a dream you have in life. And I obviously care. I obviously want to listen. I obviously like am here for it. But you just pick the most inopportune times. And I'm sitting there like, okay, like, I don't know. Like, we just sat and scrolled on our phones for 30-something minutes. And you wait until I literally get up and go get ready to click the record button.
I was actually eating my cinnamon. I was eating my cinnamon roll. I had food in my mouth. And then I was over there heating up your cinnamon roll.
Oh.
On top of thinking up the next
billion
dollar business plan.
No.
But you know what? You don't gotta be a part of that company. You know what? I'll
do I or do I not support you in every like business venture you
do
go on?
This morning it didn't seem like you wanted to support me in this one, but
honey, come on.
It didn't seem like you were interested in this. So like I said, I don't have a problem with the 100% ownership.
You remember when I said a minute ago how you're just rubbing me wrong? Come on. Give me some credit.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing these energy drinks. I will give you credit for bringing these. Cheers. This is fire.
And your idea is great. And I'm here for it.
Hey, well, if I decide to move forward, I won't tell you.
Okay. Just don't tell me when I'm crouched down about to click record.
I got you.
Any other time I'm ready.
Okay.
Good morning, Friday, and welcome back to another episode of We Shouldn't Have a Podcast. My name is Lacey Cavalier Carmichael.
You know who I am.
Oh. My gosh, who are you?
Jackie Carmichael, reporting live.
And if you couldn't tell direct, based on our names, then you could probably tell based on our, first 2 minutes of this podcast that we spent arguing. We are married. And we do this podcast together Monday through Friday mornings. If you're just happening upon us via YouTube or any of the listening applications, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, add us to your library because I think you're going to love hanging out with us. Mm-hmm. But this is actually our 20th episode and our last episode of season 1.
Yeah, next time y'all see us, we'll be inside our home, the HQ.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
The main domain, in Nashville, Tennessee.
We're currently living in Istanbul, Turkey. If you've been following along, you know that. But if you're new, you didn't. So
exactly. This
is our last day in this apartment. Or my last day.
Your last day, yeah.
You have one more day after this.
Yep, this will be my...
Second to last day.
Second to last day. I was trying to say two. I was trying to think. I was like, I have 2 more nights here. So this is your last night.
Like, I feel emotional, but I don't. Which is weird for me because, I usually cry at like a stiff wind. I can cry on demand. But like, I feel so excited to go home that like my mourning of this place is not really like coming up to the surface.
Yeah. I feel that. I'm not gonna lie, real quick. That energy drink you told me, that thing's got me buzzing right now.
Really?
Yeah. And I was gonna say, why I became chatty is because you gave me that energy drink 5 minutes before.
I know. I feel so mean now.
It's all good.
Like I do love when you get inspired and passionate and want to tell me about stuff. Like I never want you to stop doing that. Can you just?
It's funny. I did
care
a whole.
About my
it's funny.
knees?
I did a whole brand kit last night, and it was like, oh no, I'm not
knew
gonna
you did.
tell you.
I knew you did.
Literally did it out there on the porch.
I knew you did because I saw you looking at the items on your phone before I went to bed, and I was like, oh gosh, like if a package of samples show up at our door when we get home,
it won't. Trust me, I'm too locked in on other things going on. You just have to let me get the idea out. We've been there.
Yeah.
You just have to let me get the idea out and just see it up to that point.
I know. I've
then
watched
I shelve it.
Yep. I've seen it.
I know. It's annoying.
It's not annoying because I understand the process. Like, I do the same thing just like a quarter of the time.
Yeah.
Like, or quarter of the amount of ideas. Mm-hmm. But I think that you have like another idea that you started back before we left for Turkey that like still has so much potential. And I know sometimes when time passes and you get far away from like inspiration, you can forget how good it is, and I just think that one shouldn't be forgotten.
Yeah, maybe it's not forgotten, maybe it's just modified,
honey.
Anyways, we move on. We don't want to talk about this the whole podcast. Come on now.
You're right, we have really important things to talk about today.
We do.
Huge things to talk about.
Huge things to talk about, and we were lacking too on New Jersey Housewives, just FYI. So yeah. So it'd be a twofer. A
jam-packed last episode of season 1. 20 episodes. That's nutty buddy. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
We wanted to do it and we did it. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just so cool.
I think they say you gotta get past the first 20, or is it past the first 50?
I think it's past the first 100.
Nah, you're getting 100, but by then it's a habit.
Yeah.
You know, at this point we've made it a habit because I now enjoy getting up at 6:30 a.m. Prior to that, I was like, oh,
I know,
bruh, I gotta be up before 7, 8. Now I'm like, I love it. Just the efficiency has just boosted.
You already were kind of an early riser, but not in the sense of like jumping on a mic and having to talk.
Yeah, not being like, having to be
on.
On immediately. I have always enjoyed being up early, but
yeah, no, it's just, I'm proud of us. Like I feel like this season of life in Turkey has just taught us so many things, but this is a big one for me as far as like just discipline and commitment. Mm-hmm. I think obviously your first year of marriage, you're like experiencing commitment on a whole new level than you ever have in your whole entire life. And it's been so transformative in the best way. And this is just another layer to that. I think I've had some like untrue messaging in my mind my whole life, just being like, well, I know I can do those things, but like, could I actually, I don't know, stay committed to it? Because so much of my career has been based off inspiration and creativity and all that stuff. And as we know, that comes and goes. And especially in the music industry, like there's no such thing as just showing up and doing the same thing every day. You just don't do that. Like it's constantly changing, ebbing and flowing. Some weeks you don't work at all, and other weeks you're working all day long. And so to do something like this where it's every single day, you show up and you sit down and you commit to it, like it's feeding my soul in such a way that I didn't even know was capable or was possible.
I love that.
It's just really cool. I know I'm like rambling, but
no, not at all. Tell us how you feel, Shawty Wop.
I just want to honor this. I'm just proud of us. And I think too, like in both of our respective careers, we've built careers, right? For like a decade. And to start from scratch with something can be scary and intimidating and like, and make a lot of people not even want to start, especially like, okay, coming from music. If I didn't get like 20,000 streams the first night I put a song out, I felt like a failure. And then with this, if we get 100 views on YouTube or like whatever, even 50 or like 30 downloads, I'm stoked. Like I'm so, oh my gosh, now here comes the tears. I'm so proud of us, you know, and it's not about numbers or whatever, but it's just about the fact that I'm having so much fun doing this with you, that the thought of anyone caring to return to listen or like download and watch or whatever just makes me so happy, because it feels like they're sharing in the joy that we have doing this together. And in the like part of the journey of life we're in right now. It
means, it definitely means a lot for sure. It is, and it's encouraging, you know what I'm saying? Because that 30 could have been 5 or 6 or 10, you know what I'm saying? So it's only like, it's steadily it's steadily growing. And I think that we're just like I said, I think it was important for both of us to like curate something for. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say curate something that we like and we enjoy.
Yeah. So curate something that we like, we enjoy, but I think in turn, you know, having people see that and enjoy it is even like that's even the plus, sure. You know. So it's been really, really good. I've been super excited to do this with you, and I think that it's got a long life, and we're seeing this through, you know. Yeah. So it's been cool, and it's not easy to get on camera and talk on a mic and do all that. I know I feel like I'm light years from the first day we did this.
Yeah.
So
you're really great at it.
Yeah, well, thank you. You're a natural.
Thank you. I would hope after a million years of being on a microphone in front of people, I could do this. But it is a practice thing. Like, I feel like we've gotten better.
For sure. I'm gonna be singing on a mic eventually. Baby. Anyways.
But yeah, so now that we've just sat in our feels, let's jump into it.
Yeah, take it away.
I mean,
I almost said take it off. Take it away.
We're a couple days late on these updates because of our time difference, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Which we won't be moving into the future, obviously, while we're home. But
so we sat down and watched Vanderpump Rules finale and
first,
Real Housewives of New Jersey finale last night. It was one of the most magical nights of my life. Like, it was a magical marathon.
I mean, within the first 5 minutes, yo!
Yeah, it was wild. Okay, let's start with Vanderpump.
Yeah, for sure. Let's jump straight into it. So, Tom Sandoval, you know you done messed up, right? My boy, you messed up. Big time.
Laughing so hard seeing everyone's posts on Instagram being like this is our Super Bowl, this is our reality TV Super Bowl.
For sure. I can't remember anything that's been this I want to say iconic, but I don't want to say that because I don't want to give him that power.
First things first, we loved how it was shot.
Yes, for sure that they had a better production company come in and shoot this part of it because they knew that it was going to be something special.
You think that?
100%. I think that, but the fact that they were still in the same house together blew my mind, first thing. And then second thing was, after that scene, that had to be the same day.
What?
When he went over to Rachel's house.
Well, he said it in the scene with Arianna that he was going to Rachel's the next day.
The next day. Talking about, I love you. The cameras are here. I kiss you.
Too much.
And it's like, bro, get a grip, man.
Yeah.
Like that is the definition of a midlife crisis. My man's bar hasn't taken off yet. He was searching. He obviously wasn't happy. And like, it's like now it's just like, he did, this is textbook on how not to if you're unhappy, how not to go about it.
Yeah.
Like, cause he could have went about it a completely different way and at least saved some face and protected his business. But it's like, for Tom Shawartz, bro, I would be like, bro, I'm not even gonna be business partners with you anymore. Mm-hmm. How can I, for me, it shows a clear sign of, if you would do that to her, right? And you would justify it with me like, hey, just stay off social media. Hey, well, I told you this, whatever. I would be like, bro, I can't even trust you as a business partner because you can't even handle business in your personal life the correct way. How in the world, if push comes to shove, I know that you're not going to try and do something down the road. Let's say we blow up or there's some contractual agreement or whatever the case is, bro, I gotta be done. Mm-hmm. And just the restaurant failing is just a part of it. Yeah. I'd be like, Tom, I trust myself enough to.
That's the thing, though.
He won't do that. Yeah, he got a spine.
Toms, they've built such a toxic dependency on with each other.
Yeah.
That it's just, it feels too far gone. Like, there's moments with Schwartz on this last episode that I thought is he seeing the light finally after like 2 decades of being his best friend? Is he finally seeing it? But then no, he would like saying stuff to Katie, like still covering his tracks. And then he's like, I'm just a man or just a guy trying to survive in life. And, you know, thinking about what did he say?
It's the poor Tom story. I mean, it's like, it's that same thing that why
what did he say, like climate control or like earthquakes or something like.
Yeah, I'm just a man trying to get by.
Yeah,
something really weird and
like,
random.
Okay, yeah, aren't we all? But like, life actually gets really good when you start taking responsibility for your life.
Well, I think he had he's had a couple opportunities now, like to, even if he like really wanted to be back with Katie, like to really prove like, oh, okay, you know, things have changed. But
he could have done it their whole marriage. He could have done it going through the divorce. Like, but at every turn, he just confirmed to her why they were doing what they were doing. Exactly. And I don't blame her. Like, he literally is just a floater. Like, he just floats. He goes with he's a chameleon. Whoever he's around, he just blends into. And it's a bummer because he's missing himself in all of it. Like, he's missing his true calling. He's missing like it is as simple as the cheesy quote, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I feel like Schwartz doesn't stand for anything.
Yeah, he's spineless. And like the whole thing is that like he's wrapped around Tom Sandoval's finger so tightly that it's like I don't think he'll ever see it, or he'll see it when it's too late, when all the friends are gone, everyone's moved on with their life, and after Vanderpump has, you know, done its season or, you know, series finale, whatever it is, like he's just, he doesn't get it. But it's it's not a good look for. Did we look up their restaurant reviews? Had they gone back up from 1 star? Because that's the bad thing about being on television is that if people decide to cancel you, or people decide to like that they don't like you anymore, if you have a standing business, they'll get you. Like, don't anything with 5 stars, they will get it, and they will destroy it. They will try to destroy it. No question. It's crazy.
That is sad though. Like, I understand why people want to go there and whatever, but I do think about everybody else that is involved in these restaurants, the people that work there, you know, like it's not their fault. And if you want to,
it's their boss's fault.
If you want to, take business away from Tom Sandoval, go unfollow him. Go stop buying tickets to his band show or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Like, do that sort of stuff. Like, write letters to Bravo about the TV show and ask for him to get off. Like,
write letters.
I don't know. Emails. Okay, sorry. Emails. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a way that doesn't destroy other people's lives, you know, because the bartenders at Tom Tom suffer from that. Like, and I understand that that's maybe a point they're trying to make. Like, hey, Tom, like your behavior is going to affect all these people you're 100%. Responsible for. But at the same time, I think he's already experiencing that. I think he already knows that. Yeah, I mean, he knows all of it.
I mean, he's 40 years old. Like, he knows right from wrong. I'm not going to argue with the 40-year-old over saying, hey, you knew that this was bad and that this is what but it's like, bro, if you're gonna go do something, he's like, oh man, I thought it was one time and I just didn't think. Like, at the end of the day, like, cut the shit and be real and understand that, like, walking into that, you knew what was at risk. You did. You knew you were putting your business at risk and you didn't care. And it's like,
put everything at risk. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying, as far as
I know, I'm just co-signing that.
Yeah. And so, you know, I wanted to say James one-liners, that phone call he made to Rachle, and mind you, it's her. We need to find out if her real name was Rachel and she changed it to Rachle. That's what I want to know.
I feel like that's what they were saying, but I know that everyone was calling her Rachel to, like, be rude too.
But James one-liners in that call to Rachle is where he said, you know you done fiddly. I said, oh my.
Fiddly effed up.
You know, fiddly. He said, you done fiddly effed up, right?
And then the sneak peek of the reunion where he's calling them poo poo heads. I'm like, bro.
Poo-poo. Hey, he said you a worm with a mustache.
Yeah, I mean, wrong. Shout out to Arianna though for how she handled it.
Yeah, she's held it down
because she like could have gone berserk and like not made a fool of herself because it's all like deserved, but she could have compromised herself and what she stands for by like laying into him. Yeah. And she didn't. She remained like her. She remained her. And I just thought that was really cool. I honestly like learned from that because I was like, in those moments, if someone treats you that way, and I've been cheated on, I lost my mind. Like you
made a song about it.
I made a record about it.
It made a hit record.
LOL. You're so cute.
Talk crazy. Big yourself up real quick. Anyways.
So yeah, like I absolutely like behaved in ways I never thought I would have because I was so hurt and I was just so angry, and there's things that I regret about how I reacted, and I'm just a reactionary person in general, but I thought it was really cool that she said what she needed to say. She was clear on how she felt, but she didn't compromise her character.
Yeah. No, she stood on business. And I mean, you could just tell like she's looking for revenge. Like she gonna have the revenge body, revenge like man, she going revenge man, revenge business, revenge. Oh my gosh. She about to be on a revenge tour, and I can't wait. I'm gonna support anything she do.
I legit want to go to LA like a fan this summer just to go to the sandwich shop.
I was just thinking that. You read my mind. For sure.
You're so cute.
For sure.
Is it out?
Can Lisa Barlow meet us? Can Lisa Barlow meet us there? It has to be.
She's in Salt Lake, baby. Are you gonna get her a flight? Are you gonna fly her out?
No, Utah. You know how close Utah is to California? It's 2 states.
Well, get on. What is it? Cameo. Message her. See if she's down.
Hey, will you meet us at the
something about her?
Something about her. Better Halves was a better.
It is. That would have been amazing, but then in general, once again, it would have been about them.
Yeah,
the guys. Sure. Yeah. And something about her is just so timeless and beautiful, and I'm so happy for them.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it has fairy dust on it. The concept, everything. Well, I love seeing good branding, and it's done so well.
And the whole thing with it is that I just lost it. It seems like they're getting a second lease on life with this. Like it's
with
funny,
each other.
Yeah, it's funny how like their husbands were scumbags and now they've been able to move on. But not only like they could have just moved on in life and had done it, but the fact they're able to form a business and then this business take on a whole new life of its own that's going to lead them from this point to the next 20
it's really nice
25 years. Yeah, it's super really cool because this will seem minuscule at that 25-year mark.
And it's really cool because if they hadn't been in those situations with their exes, they wouldn't have had the relationship that they have together because they were forced to be around each other 24/7.
Correct.
They probably wouldn't have started the business if the divorces and breakup happened before. They wouldn't have started something about her. And so they started it in the perfect nick of time, and then on top of that, they got to watch all of the guys' mistakes they made in the restaurant business, learn from that and do theirs right. Like they are doing it right with the investors and everything. Like they're keeping their peace while getting to pursue a dream.
Yeah. Well, and that's and I think that's the main thing is, and I just look at it always from a business side where it's like, they saw the mistakes and it's like their overhead and the things that they're doing are not super crazy. That's why they're able to execute and be way more detailed with things because it's less details they have to worry about. Like they don't have to.
It's more niche.
It's more niche, exactly.
Which I feel like that's where every good brand starts. They do one thing really well. And they gain trust, they build the brand, and then they can expound upon that.
You can scale. Like they're scaling the right way. Tom, they thought that they were going to be able to do. They
want to take shortcuts.
Exactly, and no pun intended. and short cuts. Tom Shawartz.
Oh.
Come on, nah.
I was like, YouTube shorts. I was like, cold cut sandwich.
You dropped the ball on about 3 of my jokes.
I'm sorry.
In the past 2
my
days.
NoCo isn't kicking in the way I need it to yet. I was so tired this morning. Like,
how much have you got left? Because mine's gone.
Well, no wonder, baby. You're supposed to drink that over like half a day.
What?
Is your heart okay?
So I might as well run to practice.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, we haven't even gotten into Rachle.
Yeah, give me your opinion on her. She suffered from an identity crisis. We just watched that thing with Andy Cohen talking about what he kind of thought the psychology behind it. He gets to see that more regularly. So
he was on the Chicks in the Office podcast we just saw on TikTok.
Yeah, and do you agree with that? Do you not agree with that?
He was saying that basically that she got carried away with feeling like she was a principal on the show, and that's his theory, that maybe that led her. Yeah, that kind of is what took over and made her not behave like herself. I don't know. I also saw another video on TikTok of like a behavioral like analyst, and they were breaking down Rachle's behavior, and kind of it was interesting. Both, like, all the theories are interesting. But that theory was that, you know, she grew up in pageants, which is, can brew perfectionism or breed perfectionism in women, that go through that system. And then from there, you don't really have an identity. Your identity is just trying to be good enough or trying to be perfect enough. And then from there, you just kind of become a chameleon and, bounce around. And then your core desire is still to be good enough. So then when there's men involved, anytime you feel insecure, you want a man to make you feel that way, and then that becomes the fixation. So then she has, you know, this man making her feel however, and that then becomes the main need, and she kind of gets blinded by by that, and can't see everything else around her that she's destroying. But really it just comes down to the fact that, like, she's never really had a true identity or like moral compass or like character, because it's always been built around being good enough, being perfect, being wanted.
You know what I gotta say to that? Yeah, okay. Well, I could say about any career, that whoever said that never been anything performance based, because there's a lot of people that could use that excuse, not just chicks in pageants.
But I hear what she's saying, though, is that's like what she's looking at, this behavior going, that is how she would break it down. And like,
or she's just a sociopath.
Okay, but the thing with that, when people are like, oh, she's just crazy, or she's just sociopath, whatever. Okay, sociopath's way worse.
I'm saying this. Go. I got some thoughts on this.
My issue with that is okay, then what? Where does that lead you? Oh, so you're just gonna write basically like defect on over her forehead and just put her to the side? It's like, no, you try to get down to the core fear, the core desire, the core need, to understand what would propel someone to make the decisions that have grown into this issue. You can't just look at someone and be like, oh, they're just out of their mind. Well, yeah, based on their most recent behaviors and choices, yeah, if you just want to look at that, okay, but let's like break it down and go, like, this person didn't just come out of the womb going, one day when I get older, I want to destroy a 10-year relationship. It's like, there's seeds that, and obviously my opinion is always going to come back to the spiritual, because that is what we're experiencing here on earth, is spiritual warfare, in my opinion. So the enemy has most likely planted these seeds in her mind about herself since she was a kid, that have grown and she's given power to and whatever, and it's just grown, and her behaviors have been stemming from these false beliefs about herself that she's adopted from the enemy's whispers.
Okay. Well, I will give the enemy credit, and I do.
Ew.
I'm saying what you're. Listen, what I'm saying.
I just hate that sentence.
Okay. Well, I'm saying that the enemy is active in her life to a point that she doesn't have a hold on. And yeah,
this
for sure,
is your opinion.
Correct.
I know. Just state that.
This is my opinion. Correct. So, in that, I believe that you can go back and you can say, okay, the history of it. This is what she did. This is her background, whatever. I think at the end of the day, when you look at this situation, because this reality TV situation is probably different from the rest of her life and how that's looked up to this point. I don't know how old she is, and she's been on the show for what, all 10 seasons?
No, only 3 or 4.
3 or 4. So even a shorter period of time. I think that she became like that whole. She was married to James. They called off she was engaged to James. They called off the engagement. I believe that in itself was the catalyst, because prior to this, I don't believe that she was out searching, and I don't think that the record shows that she was. And I think that whole thing, she wasn't on
a TV show, so we don't know. Did you even hear anything I said? You didn't even like affirm anything I said.
I said that the enemy has been planting seeds in her life. I'm about to expand upon what you said, in my opinion. And I'm saying that in him planting those seeds, in doing that, I believe that stemmed from the show. And I think that saying that this girl, or giving the opinion of her being in the pageants, I think that it started with James. I think that she had some missing thing or wanted some connection with some guy that she deemed, like Arianna said, up here, and be fangirled over him. And I think that she wanted to venture down that path like everyone else has done, like Lala's done, like James has done, like Tom and Ariana's relationship began with cheating allegations, so on and so forth. She decided, hey, I'm going to go down this path because this other path I tried to choose did not work. And I think that it just completely stemmed from her getting lost within the context of the show. And she took it to the whole other extreme. I think her doing pageants is irrelevant in a sense, but I do hear what you're saying, and potentially, yeah, that could have definitely leaned into it or had been a part of it for sure. But I think her being
that wasn't my opinion. That was the TikTok I watched.
that's what I'm speaking towards.
Okay. So you feel the same as Andy, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I mean
you and Andy can ride off into the sunset together.
Apparently. Anyway, so I thought that's what I thought about the situation. That was my takeaway from it. I'll be very interested to hear what she has to say at the reunion as well. I think that will provide us a lot of insight, because only person that knows is her, and
yeah.
I think she's just has played the ditzy card for so long that I think that her and Tom are loving this whole. I think they love it. I think that to me, he was acting sad for the cameras when he and Lisa House screaming. It's like, bro, come on now. Staring out the window into the rain with all black on.
He's mourning.
Obviously. I mean, it's almost like they told him to wear all black.
Oops, my headphones fell off.
They did? Oh.
Can you hold this? Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll be in. Like back. I said, I am. I'm not even curious about the reunion in a sense. I'm more curious about what they're gonna do next season, because things are gonna have to be shot individually. People aren't
gonna want to be around each other.
Yeah, and Ariana's made a hard stance that says she's not gonna have any mutual friends. So it's like we're gonna have 2 different storylines.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I mean, obviously there's going to be some drama. Obviously they're going to cross paths at some point, but they all frequent the same spots.
Yeah. It's it's really entertaining for us because it is a TV show and these people sign up to be characters of a TV show, but it really is so sad. And from a real life standpoint, it's so sad what's happened. And but I obviously know like it's going to turn out better for Arianna than if she had stayed.
No question.
But it is just so sad. I mean, even with Rachle, like it is sad because she's not in a good place, or wasn't in a good place with what we're watching. And so I don't know where she is obviously right now and what's going on, but like maybe this is the break she needed to learn in life. Like maybe this is the biggest lesson she'll ever have in her life.
Maybe she thought she was going to get her own show with Tom.
I'm going to throw up. Anyways.
Would you watch it?
For sure. I mean, just out of curiosity.
Yeah. I for sure. I was gonna be honest. I would for sure tune in to see episode 1, see what it's about.
Yeah.
We'll go from there.
These people are nuts.
Pivot. Is there anything else? Any other thoughts, or do you want to kind of? I think we're in a good place with that, where like the reunion, we're gonna get to really see how things have been operated outside of. Yeah. Filming.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on. They're kind of like dampering my morning.
We'll get into it then. Let's
go on to even more negative news.
Ding ding ding. Let's talk about
Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Real Housewives of New Jersey and what popped off Tuesday evening.
More heartbreaking news. Except this is family, so it's even more disheartening. They had the flapper party, the prohibition party at Dolores and Paulie's. And Dolores put her heart and soul into this party. It looked amazing.
That's what happens when you get that Irish whiskey popping.
I guess so. Yeah, they're passing out whiskey as soon as people walked in the door. Everyone looked so nice. It was such a beautiful setup, and
New York in the backdrop, everything. Yeah,
it could have just been such a good evening. And they get there, and Teresa and Melissa and that, they stay on just iffy terms, right? So it was just not great. But there wasn't anything active going on when they first arrived, right?
Yeah.
So then
they said hello. They said hello to each other. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then Rachel and Melissa decided to ask Danielle what was going on with her in Ireland. Yep. And what she must have heard or what's going on that has her acting so weird.
Yeah.
And then that's when things took a turn, because then Danielle decides she's going to go spill the cheating rumor bomb to Melissa.
I got something to say about that real quick, if you don't mind. Danielle's timing.
Poor.
That was not the time. I don't understand. I understand that sometimes they have to do some of these things on camera, but there's also been times where they've been like, okay, I'm just going to handle this off camera just to protect myself, just so I don't look stupid, if I knew that it was something that was going to play into a larger part of a feud. Mm-hmm. The feud was going to go on with or without you.
Yep.
So you understood that this was only gasoline to the fire.
And why there?
Mm-hmm.
But we say that every time. Yeah, but that's literally the show. Is them doing that sort of stuff at nice events.
Yeah. And I feel like there are people obviously that you can expect that from, obviously when they went to Nashville and all those things, you knew some stuff was going to pop off, something was going to be said in that time, but it's she could have made that choice to do it differently, because they could have went over to Melissa's house, they could have said anything, and it would not have been, especially with the alcohol, wouldn't have been, I think, a big deal. She'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to clear the air with you and make sure that you knew.
A phone call,
something. And it's how many things have Teresa and
she could have pulled her aside in Ireland, even gone to her room and been look, I just heard this last night. And
why she decided to hold on to that information makes no sense to me. She
chose the wrong side. Danielle chose the wrong side. Yep. She's more of a Melissa Margaret type gal. Mm-hmm. But she thinks she's doing something so heroic
She's playing
against to like save people from Margaret, but like Margaret's actually like a real friend. It's just that Margaret and Jennifer weren't friends, and Margaret she shouldn't have done what she did by saying the information about Jennifer's husband, but also like that was fact, and it happened, and it happened 15 years ago, whatever it is. Like, I agree it should not have been said on national television, but at the same time, Jennifer has said horrible things about Margaret, and those just go like pushed under the rug.
Margaret's bite, it matches her bark. You know what I'm saying? And she's one of the ones that, like, you understand what comes with her. Like, if you say something against the people that she's loyal to and rocks with, she's going to be the person that's going to stand up and go, well, and it's like,
and Margaret and Melissa are like best friends, or like they're really good friends. And so like Margaret was never going to bring that to this show, because she would never want to jeopardize one of her best friends like character on a television show.
Correct. And that's the whole thing where I'm like, Margaret, okay, did she come in super, super hot on that conversation?
Yeah. She's the one that escalated it.
Margaret escalated it.
She always escalates
$1,000,000%. And like I said, the alcohol didn't help. But that Danielle should have understood even then. It's like, if this is what you think, then you got to understand time and place, shorty. Time and place. And it's like, she wants to play hero ball and be looked at as the hero, when it's like, Danielle, like, there's levels to this, and there's a lot going on way before you got in.
Yeah.
Can you imagine her on Ultimate Girls Trip? She would get eaten alive.
Heather 2.0.
No, Heather stepped it up at the end.
She did step it
Heather
up.
stepped it up at the end with the whole Casa Azul bottle and everything. I was really proud of Heather. Ultimate Girls Trip at the end. Yeah, but Danielle, she'll be lucky if she gets invited back for another season.
I know. It almost seems like she chose the Jennifer and Teresa side so that she could be a shoe-in for the next season.
I didn't even think about that.
Because I think they have a lot of say in, oh my gosh, if I see one more thing about chosen family, or hear Jennifer say it one more time, I'm going to throw up petting Teresa. Don't you worry, we're your chosen family. It's like, you look so desperado. It's uncomfortable. Well, and Teresa and Louie have some dark crap going on. I don't know. Like,
Louie got voodoo dolls in the closet or something, man. My man be bugged out. He was in the corner smoking darts.
Why is he so red?
Red. Cherry red.
At all times.
Bugged out. And they looking at him like, bro, what, you good? Like,
Melissa goes, why are your eyes bulging out of your head? It's like, it's scary a little. Like, the way he stares at people, and like it, and it's not, this isn't like making fun of his face. This isn't just his face. It is like, he's aggressive at all hours of the day, no matter the situation. He is like, eyes like freaking darts into your soul.
You know what it is I think that he keeps, so because like I said, they got the namaste stuff, and I think he has so much built up that it comes out in those spurts when he doesn't want to, and he's like sitting on the bed, he's like, I have to take you out of the snake pit, and it's like, bro, what? It's 3:00 in the afternoon, my guy. Like,
you're sitting on a bed with 72 throw pillows. You good?
Yeah, I think everyone is good. I don't think anyone needs to be pulled out of any snake pits. And it's like, bro, you just called her on the phone, and we're talking this negativity about, well, they're not invited to this and that. And it's like, he just leans so much. I think he wants to make Teresa happy, and as a husband you should, but at the same time, I'm gonna finish this. The same time, you have to understand what's helpful and healthy and what's toxic and not beneficial to the relationship. And what he's doing is like, you're loving her the wrong way. And I don't think anybody's said that to him. Like, you are loving her the completely wrong way, and like, you need to tell her to fix the relationship, and that's all you need to stand on. You can't say it one day, and then when something happens, get mad the next day, and then say snake pit. 2 days ago, you were just trying to have a sit down with Melissa and Joe. Yeah. And you were trying to be the mediator. Then the next day, you go from mediator to the tactician, speaking all the stuff, fighting at the house party. You should have been like, hey, you know what? I made the call. That's on me. I heard something. I repeated it. Let's have a great time tonight, because the only thing I'm worried about is having you all at the wedding, because I know that would make Teresa happy. Yeah. That's all he had to say. And he could probably walk to.
He could have kept the whole situation de-escalated.
Correct.
But he has played into it.
Yep.
And escalated the situation, but still is only blaming the Gorgas for escalating or for being an issue. And
he hasn't held his wife accountable.
Or himself.
Or himself.
Melissa of cheating on her husband without her even there to defend herself.
He called him over for a private meeting.
Trying to destroy a 20-year marriage, and he's not even married into the family yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part that kills me is that he's not even in the family yet, and he's
wearing
over there
the dad's PJs.
I'm wearing your father's PJs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make the family comfortable.
So weird.
I'm uncomfortable.
So weird.
Sir. Yeah.
But they have a special coming on Tuesday, May 23rd. Yes. Teresa gets married. I cannot wait. Sorry.
You're good.
I cannot wait. It's just a couple days away.
Yeah. Her whole outfit. I'm not.
And her hair.
Yeah.
It's giving
very
TLC,
yeah.
My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it in the sense that we get to see all our girls show up.
All our
party.
Girls. Who did you think was best dressed at the prohibition party?
I typically will say Marge because I love her style. Honestly, I probably got to go with who am I thinking of?
Rachel, Danielle.
I was thinking I really did like Danielle's
headpiece. Marge called it her Amazon outfit.
But I liked how it hung, and it looked very flapper-esque, and those things from that age did not look super duper fancy. Like that's how it looked. So I felt like she hit the mark. If we're just going for fitting the theme of the party, as much as I don't want to say it, Danielle. Marge was probably second.
Marge was one for me.
Was she? Yeah.
Well, babe, congrats on 20 episodes.
Hey, congrats on 20 episodes.
I love you. Ooh, cheers.
Cheers. Jinx.
Yeah, I love you. I'm
love you
so
too.
happy we're doing this.
I'm glad you love me.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we're doing this. I've had so much fun.
Yes.
And yeah, we get to watch reality TV together and talk about it over coffee. That's pretty sick.
It is. Season 1, it's been a blast. I didn't, that sounds even crazy to say.
Yeah, I remember we were like, let's just do one season and see if we enjoy it. Like, it literally feels like we did that and it's over and I don't want to stop.
300 subscribers later.
Yep, 352
subscribers later, almost 1,000 downloads. We check the statistics. We check the analytics.
It's nuts.
We see what y'all are enjoying. Maybe we'll have maybe season 2. I think we're gonna pull out some stops.
Yeah, we're gonna amp it up.
I think we're gonna amp it up a little bit. I see that for our future.
Yes. So we are going to take next week off to settle back in because we're moving from Turkey to the States this weekend. So we're gonna take next week off, settle in, and then start season 2 the following week, which is. Do you have your phone? Can I look at the date?
That is the week of the. I think that's actually the week that we have family weekend.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, 22nd. Oh,
no, 29th. We will be restarting, or we'll be starting season 2 on Monday, May 29th.
Yep, mark your calendars.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all and speak to y'all then. Thank y'all so much for listening. And
yes, thank you all. Seriously, it means a lot. It really does. The fact that 300 people even care is wild.
Yeah.
So
seriously,
we got some special things planned.
We do, and we will see y'all soon.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, add us to your library. Go back and listen to season 1 if you've missed any of the episodes, so that you're all caught up for season 2. But
don't be a fake fan.
Don't be a fake fan.
Be a real fan.
Come on.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Oh my gosh.
I always wanted to say that.
Oh, well, you've said it. You've said it. Episode 20. Thank you guys so much. We will see y'all in a week.
Love you guys. Yep.
All right. Bye.